Back on Sports 225, my guest tonight, Joe Alleva, the LSU athletic director, whose resume includes being one of the greatest athletes in the history of Lehigh University as a quarterback and baseball player. That's a good, you're wincing, but you're a good player. And a long-time athletic administration career at Duke, also, which included, I don't know, how many, the last 12 years as athletic director?
I was 11 years at Duke, yeah.
Yeah. Before coming to LSU, as he said, it's the start of his sixth football season, and we're talking about scheduling. In the last segment, we talked about the SEC and the perceived competitive imbalance with the two divisions. Another thing that comes up with all that is what was a kind of a fun rivalry with Arkansas, which made for seemingly wacky football games the last 15 years. This going to playing either the day after Thanksgiving, they play in Little Rock, or they come here. It just seemed like something weird would happen. Now all of a sudden, that's a Texas A&M game in due time. So this is next year, 2014. You're going to play Thanksgiving night.
Thanksgiving night at their place. Mm-hmm. I've made it clear that we're not going to play Thanksgiving night in Tiger Stadium. So, and the only time we're ever going to play Thanksgiving Day is if we can have a bye before we play that game.
Of course.
Next year there are 2 byes in the season. Our first priority is to have a bye before we play Alabama. So, but next year there are 2 byes in the schedule. So it could be worked out that we could play A&M on Thanksgiving Day, which is their wish. They like playing on Thanksgiving Day. I don't particularly care for it. So because it's their home game, they could schedule it on Thanksgiving because we have a bye before it. When we play in Tiger Stadium, we'll play on Fridays if CBS picks us to play on Fridays. See, the Friday games are determined by CBS. Mm-hmm. That's their television window. If not, they'll be on Saturday.
Picked up by
ESPN.
Right, okay.
By ESPN.
So Thanksgiving Day is kind of, just from a fan's, TV viewer's perspective, okay? I would think that if you're LSU or any college team, you wouldn't want to play during the day because you go up against the NFL games. Mm-hmm. Those 2 NFL games, or they might even add a third one.
Yeah, I know there's at least 2.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys always play, the Lions always play.
Right.
And that just seems like what you should do on Thanksgiving Day. Now, Thanksgiving night will likely give you a monopoly, so to speak, of a bunch of people who have been just dying to get done with the eating and the drinking, maybe drink a little more, lay back on the couch, and watch the football game.
Oh, you're right. You're right, Lee. But I have to also think about our fans that come to the stadium. I'm concerned about them, and I don't know if Thanksgiving Day is a great day to come to tailgate and to cook at Tiger Stadium when they want to be with their families, and so.
Oh yeah, I see. So yeah, because even if it was a night game, I mean, you still got the whole holiday thing going on.
Right.
Yeah. And
so
right.
I let folks have their Thanksgiving dinner at home and enjoy their family, and then Friday or Saturday come out to Tiger Stadium and tailgate and have some fun.
And now, will the league and the networks acquiesce to LSU on that? Because LSU says, no, we are not playing Thanksgiving night at home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm not. It's my home game. I'm not playing on Thursday.
No, so that's how it works.
Right.
Right. Okay. Back to what we were talking about in the last segment, which was SEC scheduling. Because I'm curious to know, in these meetings, when most of the time when you visit with other people, is it about this? Is this athletic directors only, or is this athletic directors, presidents, chancellors all in the same room? Or
we only meet with the presidents and chancellors once a year, so that comes up in that meeting. When we meet together as athletic directors numerous times during the year, and I have brought it up numerous times. So usually it's just athletic directors in the room.
Do you feel like, okay, so it's 14 of you. Is it such that, I'm thinking like those reality shows where they vote people off and they make these little deals. Is there a lot of that? Politicking, or like, hey, come on, you got to help me here with this situation. Or, hey, I'm aligned with so-and-so. Or do you think it's 14 open-minded people all in the room?
I really believe there's 14 open-minded people, but they're all voting for the self-interest of their particular institution.
Right.
Right now, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Missouri, and LSU are against permanent partners. And I think the other 10 schools are doing what they think is in the best interest of their teams.
So how do you sway? Let's see. You need to sway half of those, I guess, or whatever, to.
You just have to do it on fairness. It's just a fairness issue, and what's best for the student athletes too. I think it's for their student athlete experience. They should have the opportunity to play against every team.
All right, so brings me into the next part. Why doesn't Mike Slive, the commissioner, who is the most powerful man in sports, or certainly up there in the top few, wave the magic wand and say, no, this is how it's got to be. You guys have to go to this rotating schedule, because it's a double-edged sword. And I'm going to ask you two questions with that. Why doesn't he do that? And then two, at 74 years old with a contract that's probably going to expire in about a year and a half, and he's going to have a new commissioner. So what do you think of both of those things?
Well, first of all, Mike Slive couldn't just wave the magic wand. He still would have to get the presidents to vote for it to change. He just can't say, we're changing.
Okay.
It takes a vote.
I just figured he had all that, you know.
No, he doesn't have that power.
I didn't know that.
It still
Okay.
takes a vote. That's number one. Number two, I dread the day that he's not the commissioner anymore. He has been terrific. He's bright, he's articulate, he's passionate about the SEC. He's done a terrific job, and his replacement will have really big shoes to fill. It'll be a tough act to follow, following Mike Slive.
And I would guess he probably only wears like a 7.5 or an 8. He's a little guy.
If
Mike's
that
a little
much.
guy.
If
Right,
that
exactly.
much.
No, but he has the ability to make everybody he talks to feel comfortable, probably be able to be very stern with an athletic director or a coach, but yet not make them feel bad, and probably has been able to bring a lot of parties together over the course of his tenure, I would think.
He has a tremendous demeanor about him, and I've seen him be very tough when he needs to be tough, and I've seen him be very compassionate when he needs to be compassionate. He is, I think he's the ideal commissioner. I've been around numerous commissioners in my career, and he's by far the best I've ever been around.
All right, the rest of this segment, I'll ask you one more thing about the SEC. Joe has a unique job in university life, which is that he is not only the athletic director of one of the biggest athletic programs in the country, but he's actually, I don't know, is it half of the time you're a vice chancellor or associate? What's the term? Is it vice?
I'm a vice chancellor.
A vice chancellor. So
That's all the time. It's not half. It's all the time.
So he has two full-time jobs, one on the academic side, one on the athletic side, and it's just ridiculous. But you're to be commended for this, because I can't believe that you've been able to take this on and make it work. However, the guy who went with you on all this, Herb Vincent, who was a longtime LSU assistant athletic director, and then also, followed you and had two full-time jobs, left for the SEC.
Yeah.
Now, that's no small thing for LSU or the SEC, is it?
I was really happy for Herb. His ability to take that job and go to the SEC, it was a really good thing for him in his career. He'll bring tremendous talent to the SEC, and plus, he brings a campus presence to the SEC. If you look at all the people that work in the SEC, there are not a lot of them that have worked on a college campus lately. It's been a long time since a lot of them worked on a college campus, and Herb will bring that perspective back to the office, which I think will really help the whole office and help the whole league. Herb was a great employee and a good friend, and we're going to miss him. And
what does that do for you on your end?
Well, Herb was terrific at a lot of things. But what I've done is I've taken his jobs. I had to make up a list of all the things he did. And I took all of the things he did and assigned them to about 6 different people. I just took them all and broke them out and gave them to 6 different people in my department. So we've taken his job and spread it out to 6 different people, and we'll see how that works. If that works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll have to make an adjustment.
Pick somebody up.
That's right.
All right. Care to venture on who the next SEC commissioner will be?
Whew. I have no idea. I really and truly don't have any idea. It could be someone way outside the box, It
would be logical to think that.
Yeah, I think it could be someone way outside the box. It could be anyone from someone from government to a college president to, I think it could be to another commissioner from another league. I mean, I think the choices are really endless for that position.
It's very important in the world of college sports who replaces Mike Slive. Joe Alleva is the LSU athletic director. He's our guest when we get back on Sports 225.